Okay. Northern Adirondack Bobcats will play host to the Lake Placid for a girls varsity volleyball game. Starting for the Bobcats, Virginia Saskavich, number 7. Jamie Shaughnessy, number 15. Amy Murphy, number 10. Kasha Krull, number 2. Amy Boris, number 5. And Shannon Tremblay, number 11. For Lake Placid, number 10. Angeline Smith, number 4, Sarah Beatty, number 5, Emily Manning, number 8, Bridget McKillop, and number 1, Kate Fish. Okay, Virginia Saskavich will open up service for the Bobcats. Saskavich's service is set by Sam Betters. Amy Murphy pushed it over the top and deep. Sam Betters. Okay, Angeline Smith called for a carry. So, Virginia Saskavich will be serving with a 1-0 lead. Murphy with a nice little push over. Better set to Sarah Beatty is in the net. So, it will be a 2-0 Bobcat lead. Saskavich's service is deep in hand and the call for a net. So the score is 3-0 Bobcats. Amy Boris's hit is played, bumped back over. Murphy setting Boris. Boris with the kill off the block. So, block set up by Emily Manning of Lake Placid. Deflects the ball out of bounds, so that'll be a point for Northern Adirondack. 4-0. Amy Boris with a hard kill off the block. Saskavich's service is long, so it'll be a side out for Lake Placid. Number 10, Angeline Smith will take over service. Lake Placid trailing 4-0. Saskavich bumps it ahead to Murphy. Murphy sets to Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy, a nice push over the net, but it's played by Sam Betters. A nice kill by Emily Manning for a side, for a point. 4-1. Sarah Beatty gave a nice set to Emily Manning with a nice kill to finish the play. So again, Murphy sets Boris. Boris is hard hit. Off the block attempt by Manning is a side out for NAC. Shaughnessy serving. Krull setting Boris. And Boris again, hammering hard off the block, set up by Manning and Beatty. Shaughnessy again serving. Bridget McKillop with a hard hit, just can't find the net. 6-1 Bobcat lead. Betters with a back set that just can't be handled by Lake Placid. So NAC takes a 7-1 lead. Again, Shaughnessy serving. Betters with a back set to Manning, who just can't convert. So we're going to Lake Placid timeout. Lake Placid trailing 8-1 here when we come back. Okay, we're back. Jamie Shaughnessy, still serving with an NAC lead of 8-1. Manning. A little soft that, but Amy Boris with a nice play to put the ball over in play. Kasha Krull setting Boris, and Boris again hammers hard off the block. Block set up by Beatty and Manning of Lake Placid. Well, Boris hammers the ball hard off him for the points. So it'll be 9-1. And NAC just switched sides, goes to Amy Murphy. Murphy hammering hard off the block of Beatty and Betters. So again, it'll be a 10-1 lead for the Bobcats. And there's an ace for Jamie Shaughnessy. 11-1 lead. And Placid's called for under the net. So that'll be a 12-1 lead for the Bobcats. Nice play. Sarah Beatty handling that. A nice dig by number 10, Angeline Smith. And Shannon Tremblay comes up with a kill from deep in the back. 13-1. Tremblay taking that set deep in the back court. And Shaughnessy has another ace. 14-1. Shaughnessy serving for point and possible game. And that's it. Point and game. Bobcats take the first one, 15-1. So the Bobcats lead the series 1-0. Okay, starting for the Bobcats for the second game. Kasha Krull, Amy Boris, Danielle Pajot, Tara Morrison, Amy Murphy, and Kirsten Sheehan for Lake Placid. Bridget McKillop, Elizabeth Berry, Sarah Beatty, Angeline Smith, Sam Betters, and number 5, Emily Manning. Okay, Sam Betters will open up service for Lake Placid. Lake Placid trails 1-0. This best of 5 series. Danielle Pajot bumps it over. Manning sets it. Sheehan setting it to Boris. Boris, a nice push. Sheehan set it to Boris, and Boris went with a big fake for a hard hit, and just had a nice little push to the open area for a side out. Sheehan serving. Sheehan's service is in the net, so it'll be a side out Lake Placid. Amy Murphy taking the set from Kasha Krull and pushing it to the vacant spot for the side out. Murphy will take over service. Cruel setting to the Pajot. Pajot's in for the kill. Danielle Pajot taking a fine set from Kasha Cruel. Pajot putting it away for the kill. Amy Murphy serving with a 1-0 Bobcat lead. Angeline Smith with a fine dive and dig to return that ball. Can't be handled by the Bobcats, so it's going to be a side out. Emily Manning, number 5, will take over service for Lake Placid. Murphy bumping up to Cruel. Cruel setting Boris. And Lake Placid's called for a carry. So we have a side out, NAC. Amy Boris, number 5, will be serving for the Bobcats. Boris service is in the net. Side out, Lake Placid. Sarah Beatty serving now for Lake Placid. Lake Placid trails 1-0 this game. This is the second game. Boris lets the ball run, so it's going to be a side out for Northern Adirondack. Kasha Cruel, number 2, will take over service for the Bobcats. Nice dig by Emily Manning, but it's going to be out. Manning with a good hustle and dive. So that'll be a point, though, for the Bobcats. 2-0. And there's an ace for Kasha Cruel. Served deep into the Lake Placid zone. 3-0 Bobcat lead. Kasha Cruel with another ace. Four nothing Bobcat lead. Pajot. Murphy bumps the head. Sheen's setting over to Morrison. Morrison with the hit. And the Bobcats are called for a carry. So it's going to be a sign out. Lake Placid. Serving for Lake Placid. It'll be number 9, Elizabeth Berry. Nice hard serve, but long. Just far. Substitution for the Bobcats. Shannon Tremblay, number 11, replacing number 9, Danielle Pajot. Shannon Tremblay will now take over service. Bobcats winning 4-1. Sam Betters setting the ball up for Angeline Smith, who just can't keep her balance and inadvertently gets underneath the net and called for a line violation. 5-0 Bobcat lead. Tremblay serve. Handled by Manning. Ahead to Betters. Murphy bumps it. Sheehan sets it back to Murphy. And Murphy with a kill. Murphy put it right into the heart of the Lake Placid block. And the ball falls in the Lake Placid court. So it'll be a point for Amy Murphy. Betters punch it over. Sheehan setting it back to Murphy. Murphy with a nice push. An alert play by Sarah Beatty. Here's a back set by Amy Boris. I'm sorry. Nice play by Shannon Tremblay. And a mix-up on the Bobcats. And a side-out Lake Placid. Number 8, Bridget McKillop. Serving for Lake Placid. And that's a fine ace for McKillop. Puts Lake Placid on the board. Substitution. Danielle Paggio returns, replacing Shannon Tremblay. Again, Bridget McKillop serving. Sheehan setting up Morrison. Morrison's hit it. He's played better, trying to bump it over, but no, that'll be 4 hits. That'll be a side out the Bobcats. Tara Morrison, number 14, will now serve for the Bobcats. Morrison's service is in the net. So we'll turn the ball over to Lake Placid, where Sam Betters, number 11, will take over service for Lake Placid, trailing 6-1 to the Bobcats of Northern Adirondack. That service in the net. Serving for the Bobcats, number 3, Kirsten Sheehan. Sheehan's service is an ace. Played deep in the back court. Lake Placid. 7-1. Bobcat lead. Cruel setting Murphy. Murphy goes right through the block, set up by Placid. And that ball is played up and over the rafters by Betters. So it'll be a point for the Bobcats and Amy Murphy. Amy Murphy powered the ball through the block. Sheehan serving 8-1. And there's a nice ace. A 9-1 lead. Sheehan's picking a spot. Bridget McKillop giving a diving attempt, but just can't come up with that ball. That ball can't be returned. So it goes down in the books as an ace. 10-1 lead to the Bobcats. Sheehan serving. Betters setting it up. Betters setting Smith. Murphy to Cruel, back to Murphy. Murphy with a nice kill. Murphy with a hard kill, just wide of the block setup. Sheehan serving 11-1. Morrison, a nice bump over. Morrison digging the ball back up. Cruel to Murphy. Murphy over. Betters pushing it back over. Murphy coming up in the net play. Number 5, Emily Manning is called for the net. Sheehan serving 12-1. There's another ace. A good valiant try by Sam Betters. She now increased to 13-1 lead for the Bobcats over Lake Placid. And there, a nice hard serve and a hard return, but it's long. So McKillop pushes the ball long, so Sheen has a chance to serve for point in game here, 14-1. Sheen with a nice dig. Cruel is called for a carry. Kasha Cruel trying to make a fine play off the net. The official calls it for a carry, so it'll be a side out Lake Placid. Angeline Smith serving. Morrison bumping it back over. Betters bumping into the net, hard to handle. And the carry is called against Lake Placid. So Amy Murphy has a chance to serve for point in game here. 14-1. And that'll be game and point. So the Bobcats take the second game 15-1. So we return. We'll play game 3 of the best of 5. Okay, we're back for game 3. of a possible best of 5 series here. Lake Placid needs to take this game here to keep this match going. Going for Lake Placid will be Sam Betters, number 11, Bridget McKillop, number 8, Elizabeth Berry, number 9, Emily Manning, number 5, Sarah Beatty, number 4, and Angeline Smith, number 10. Lake Placid's coached by Donna Moody, whereas Northern Adirondacks coached by Larry Barcombe. Taking the court for the Bobcats for game 3 will be number 9, Danielle Pajot. Number 7, Virginia Siskavich. Jamie Shaughnessy. Number 15, Shannon Tremblay. Number 11, Kirsten Sheen. Number 3, Tara Morrison. Number 14. A little mix-up in the NAC defensive lineup here. We saw that happen in the JV game. Serving out of rotation cost the Bobcats 2 points in the JV game. So first server for the Bobcats will be number 14, Tara Morrison. We've gotten that straightened out and we're ready to play now. Game 3. Bobcats leading 2-0. Morrison's service is just wide. So it's going to be side out. Lake Placid. Angeline Smith, number 10, taking over service. Tremblay bumps up to Sheehan. Sheehan setting it. Jamie Shaughnessy with a hit. Played deep. Nice play by number 5, Emily Manning. Bumps the ball over. Danielle Pajot, a good hard sliding attempt to dig it out. Can't come up the ball. So it's 1-0, Lake Placid. Smith still serving. Tremblay ahead to Sheehan. Sheehan misplays the tip over. So it'll be a 2-0 Lake Placid lead. Virginia Siskavich up to Sheehan. Sheehan setting Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy, a nice hit. Played by Smith. But Lake Placid's called for in the net, so it's going to be a side out. NAC. Serving for the Bobcats will be Kirsten Sheehan. Lake Placid leading 2-0. Sheehan's first service. Betters sets it back. And a side out. A back set to Elizabeth Berry. Elizabeth Berry just pushed it over the net. Danielle Pajot attempting to block the ball. So side out Lake Placid. Emily Manning serving. Shannon Tremblay. So that's going to be a point. 3-0 Lake Placid lead. Jamie Shaughnessy trying to bump the ball over the net. Just ran across but fell into. And that's an ace. Emily Manning. 4-0. Lake Placid lead. Manning putting it where they're not. Sheehan bumping into Siskavich. A nice little tip over. Shaughnessy digs it to Siskavich. A back set to Danielle Pajot, and Pajot just misses. Pajot with a fine one-handed attempt. The ball's just wide. 5-0 Lake Placid. And there's an ace for Emily Manning. 6-0. Bobcats having a lot of difficulty in this third game handling service of Lake Placid. Pajot, a nice hit over. Siskavich, Betters, back setting it. Tara Morrison, fine hard dig, just wide. Back set from Betters to McKillop, converts a point. McKillop with a fine little push to an open spot. Betters setting to Barry. Barry a hard kill, but Sheen digs it. Sheen digs up to Siskavich. Siskavich bumps over. Here comes Barry again. Morrison takes that push. Siskavich with a nice little punch over. Barry bumps in the air. Tremblay to Siskavich, who bumps it over and deep. Betters bumps it back to McKillop. McKillop can't convert it, so it's going to be a side out for the Bobcats. Replacing Danielle Pajot will be number 6, Heather Cox. Cox will be serving. The Bobcats trail Lake Placid 7-0 here in the third game. Cox with a hard service for an ace. Her hard service handled by Smith, but Smith's bump is too close to the net to be fielded. So the Cox gets the Bobcats on the scoreboard. Heather Cox with a hard serve. That's second serve is a little short. Side out, Lake Placid. Serving for the Lake Placid. Sarah Beatty, number 4. That's long. Side out, the Bobcats. Jamie Shaughnessy taking over service. Shaughnessy serving. Bobcats trailing 7-1. And there's a nice ace down the line. Shaughnessy picking the corner on Lake Placid. Right down the line and in play. 7-2. Bobcats trail. Ooh, just make the net. Morrison, a nice little punch over. Betters. Nice kill for Elizabeth Berry. Sam Betters setting the ball up for number 9. Elizabeth Berry. Elizabeth Berry's killing the ball deep in the Bobcat zone for a side out. Berry will take over service. Shaughnessy handles the bump. Oh, a nice play by Bridget McKillop. Morrison pushing the ball after the set, push it up, but McKillop stuffs it right back over and in for the point. 8-2, Lake Placid lead. Barry's second service is wide. Substitution. Danielle Pajot will come back in the game, replacing Heather Cox. Serving for the Bobcats. Number 7, Virginia Siskavich. Bobcats trail 8-2 here in the third game. Nice ace. Virginia Siskavich doesn't leave much room between the net and that ball. And Lake Placid just can't handle a fine diving attempt by Sarah Beatty, but she just can't come up with the ball. 8-3, Lake Placid lead. Beatty handles that one. Betters with a back set to Bridget McKillop, and McKillop is called for in the net, so it'll be a point for the Bobcats. Siskavich serving. And there's an ace for Siskavich. 8-5. Siskavich closing the gap. Benner's back bump over. Sheehan setting Tremblay. Tremblay with a deep kill. Elizabeth Berry bumping up in the air. Sheehan playing the net tight. Berry's hit back over, just cleared the net, but Sheen was at the net to put it back down. So, 8-6, Lake Placid lead. Siskavich serving. Good hustle by Shaughnessy. Keeping that ball alive. Nice play by Tara Morrison. Pick that ball up, and Shannon Tremblay pushing for the open spot, just wide. Side out Lake Placid. 8-6, Lake Placid lead. Bridget McKillop now serving for Placid. Danielle Pajot bumping the ball up and over. Tremblay setting to Sheen, and Sheen with a nice play. Tremblay bumped the ball back up to Sheen. Sheen went up and over the block. Put the ball down for a side out. Tremblay serving. 8-6, Lake Placid. Betters setting Smith. Siskavich. She nice play by Betters. Okay, Lake Placid's been called for a line violation there. So it will be a point for the Bobcats, 8-7. Sam Betters with a nice play at the net, keeping that ball alive. But unfortunately, teammates called for a line violation. And it's all tied up. Ball is played into the garbage can here at the Bobcat Gymnasium. Gets a rise out of the crowd. Shannon Tremblay serving all tied up 8. Nice hard serve. Manning. I'm sorry. Elizabeth Berry bumps up. She's setting Morrison. Morrison with a nice hard hit. Siskavich bumping to Sheen. Sheen setting Morrison. Here comes Betters with a back set. Manning bumping it over. Siskavich setting Morrison. And Bobcats just can't convert. Side out. Lake Placid. Sam Betters serving. 8-all. Nice hard serve, but handled by Tremblay. A mix-up in the NAC backcourt. Gives the point and the lead back to Lake Placid. 9-8 Lake Placid. Better serving. Tremblay has handling the hard serve. Sheen bumps it over. Pajot. Pajot nicely puts over. Oh, just out. Pajot almost converting. Nice play. Danielle Pajot to get to the ball. 10-8 Lake Placid. Call for a carry. 11-8 Sam Betters. Low hard serve. Giving the Bobcats a little bit of trouble. But they won't have to worry about that one. The net took care of that one. Tara Morrison taking over service. Bobcats trailing 11-8 here in the third game of a best-of-5 series. Bobcats took the first 2 games. Sheehan win the battle of the net that time over Emily Manning for the point. 11-9. Manning going up to block the ball. Sheehan just pushing it over. Tara Morrison. Nice serve. Off the cable, but the cable is in play. The lights aren't, but the cables are in play. Shaughnessy going for the kill, but the block set up by Manning and Betters. Keeps that ball in the Bobcat court. So it'll be a side out Lake Placid. Angeline Smith serving. Siskavich bumping into Sheehan. Sheehan misplaying the ball. 12-9. Sheehan trying to push the ball over. Misplayed it. So it'll be 12-9. Ball is called for a net ball. Couldn't be seen, but that's why the referee keeps his hand on that wire of the net so he could feel it. Sheen serving for the side out for the Bobcats. Betters with their back service. Siskavich pushing the ball over to Betters. Betters to Beatty, back to Betters. Tremblay handles that. Shaughnessy digs out the ball. Virginia Siskavich playing well at the net, keeping the Bobcats alive. Betters back setting. Nice dig by Tremblay. A nice hard kill by Barry, but dug out by Shannon Tremblay. Tremblay to Shaughnessy. So it'll be side out, Lake Placid. Shannon Tremblay took Elizabeth Barry's hard drive and returned it nicely. But Shaughnessy hustling over, keep that ball in play. A nice play by Jamie Shaughnessy. And it turns out for the benefit of the Bobcats because they'll get a side out. Shaughnessy running well out of bounds to keep that ball in play. Heather Cox will return, replacing Danielle Pajot. Cox will take over service with the Bobcats trailing 12-9 here in the third period game. Tremblay through the screen. Betters. Nice play by Siskavich. Shaughnessy's keeping the ball alive. Siskavich setting Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy, yes, playing through the block. Shaughnessy played hard through the block. Lake Placid handles it, returns it, and Virginia Siskavich puts it down for the point. 12-10. Shaughnessy put that ball through the block hard. Placid stayed with it, but laid that ball dangerously too close to the net where Siskavich could put it down. There's another point for the Bobcats. Heather Cox serving well. 12-11. Lake Placid lead has been decreased. Side out. Placid. Pajot. Danielle Pajot return, replacing Heather Cox. Substitution for Lake Placid. Aubrey Rossi will come into the game, replacing Sarah Beatty. Rossi will take over service. Bobcats trail 12-11. And Rossi increases that lead with an ace. Hard serve is played up into the rafters. 13-11. Morrison to Siskavich with a nice little punch over. McKillop's attempted to kill is deep, so it can be a side out. The Bobcats will have their service in the hands of Jamie Shaughnessy, who served exceptionally well in the first two games. There's a hard serve, but it's handled. But not coming back over. So it'll be 13-12 Bobcats. Shaughnessy getting credit for an ace. Shaughnessy, a nice hard service. Another one. And that'll be another ace. A hard service can't be returned by Placid Smith. So Shaughnessy has tied us up at 13. And Placid will call a timeout. And we come back. Shaughnessy will be serving with a 13-13 tie. Okay, we're back. Shaughnessy has a substitution now for Lake Placid. Beatty will replace Aubrey Rossi. Rossi came in, scored, served 2 points. Okay, Jamie Shaughnessy serving. All tied up. And that's a nice ace. Shaughnessy gives the Bobcats a lead and will now serve for point and possible game. Nice serve by Shaughnessy. And that's going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. So the Bobcats 15-13 victories over Lake Placid. So that's the way it was. January 25th, 1994, from the Bobcat Gymnasium. Dan Shaughnessy and Tim Sheehan saying goodnight from downtown Ellenburg.
They won their first one now? So here we are for a second match here today. It's Boys B, Sable Valley Patriots against the Northeastern Cougars. Again, Boys B, they won their first match here in the second frame. The Jeremy Winters up. Jeremy spared in his first. 3 pins here for a spare. And he'll cover that. Difference in handicap looks to be about 80 pins. It's Fred Drake for Sable Valley and lets it go on to the left. Stuck on his thumb. And he opens. Pat Dubuque. On an open. A little high. Almost gets to Brooklyn. Leaves a 6 pin. And that's Shelton Schaefer. Still looking at his pin rocking. A little split. But Pat bowled a 158 in his first game. He's got that ball. Didn't get up close enough to the gutter. Slides by. Shelton's got to throw it in between, or maybe slide it. Gets the 1. Robbie Gagno. Robbie Gagno entered today with a 150 average. Had a super first game with a 211. He's going Brooklyn. He's a 5 pin. Oh, and there's a big strike for Sable Valley. That's from his name here. Randon Stephen Trandato. Robbing for the spare. And he'll cover. Colin Horry. Southpaw's gone left. Leaves 5. Reset. Nate Robert. 157 average coming in. Down. The ball right across. He's the 6'10".
There, all right.
Colin will cover that. Here's Nate. Ball will come. Just slides by.
Brush it off there. Don't want to carry over the next range.
He's the 6 pin. Corey Lincoln here, finishing off their second frame. Sable Valley, coming out left. Only gets 3. Corey's the 124 bowler. And there's one in a channel. With Fred Drake, 107 average bowler. Hit the ball that time from Corey. Still leaves the 1-2-9 left. Oh, at the end of 2, Cougars 354, and the Patriots 438. Fred Drake. He's 4. Jacob Kai leading off. The third time crossed over. 5-9 left. Sheldon Schaefer. And he's fouled on that. No reset.
Very good.
Jacob just got to keep his head down. Ball just misses the 5. There's Sheldon. Fouled on his first ball. will get 4. Jeremy Winters. Straight ball. In the pocket. Leaves an 8-pin. Jeremy entered 119 average. Bowled 30 pins over in his first game with a 149. Stephen Brandato. Brandato has got a turkey out there. And Jeremy, again, wide right. Colin Morrow. .84 average. Pat Dubuque. 2-9 counts, but failed to make his spares. Sitting there looking. Got 2. Colin Morrow. Better ball. This is 8 count. Leaves a 6-10. Pat. Ball will come right by. Not down far enough.
Good, John. Pocket. Nice pocket.
Corey Lincoln. Here, 124 bowler. He's 1. Cougars here need somebody to pick him up. Close up a bit here early. Avigano in the pocket on that. Solid 10 pin. Corey, and he'll make his spare. Robbie. Looking at a 10 pin. And he'll make it. Good spare for Robbie. Big kayak. Well, he's got that ball across his body. Takes out 3. Hit a 116 average. Bowl 129. Nate Roberts. A little light. Almost gets a little bit of action. Just leaves a 5. Jacob hoping to get a little bit more to the pocket. And makes a spare. Late ball, and Nate will make his. Oh. Looking at the end of 4. Sorry, at the end of 3. Sable Valley 497. The Cougars 418 with Jeremy Winters. That's 4 marks here for the Cougars in a row. Ball Drake gone Brooklyn. Leaves a 5.